Hey everyone, welcome back to Nighttime Mics. I'm Mike, and I'm sitting here with my good friend Sarah. How's it going, Sarah?
Hey, Mike. I'm doing great. It's so nice to be here. I've got my coffee, I'm feeling relaxed, and I'm ready to chat. How about you?
I'm awesome. I actually just got a new coffee machine this morning, so I'm a bit caffeinated. It's funny you mentioned the coffee because it actually fits perfectly with what we're talking about today, everyday technology.
Oh, that's a perfect topic. Everyday tech is basically everything around us, isn't it? It's not just smartphones and rockets. It's the little things that make our lives easier, or sometimes more complicated.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. 20 years ago, if you wanted to make a fancy latte at home, you basically needed to be a professional barista. Now, I just press a shiny button and this machine does all the work. It's like magic, right?
It really is. But do you ever feel like we rely on it too much? Like, if your coffee machine broke tomorrow, would you even know how to make a regular cup of coffee?
Honestly, I'd probably just stare at the bag of beans and cry for a few minutes. No, I'm kidding. I'd figure it out. But you're right, we do get used to things very quickly. It's like we can't live without them anymore.
I know, right? It's the same with my phone. The other day, I left my phone at home when I went to the grocery store. Mike, I felt like I had lost a limb. I kept reaching into my pocket to check the time or look at my shopping list, and there was nothing there. It was actually kind of scary how lost I felt.
No way. I've done that too. It's that mini panic attack when you pat your pocket and it's empty. But did you find that you noticed more things without it? Like, were you looking at the people around you instead of a screen?
That's interesting you say that. Actually, yes. I noticed that the supermarket has this really weird music playing that I never heard before, and I actually talked to the cashier instead of just looking down at my phone while she scanned my items. It felt more, I don't know, human?
That's a great point. Technology is supposed to connect us, but sometimes it feels like it's putting up a wall between us and the real world. We're so busy looking at what's happening on Instagram that we forget to look at what's happening right in front of us.
Totally. But then again, technology also helps us stay in touch with people who are far away. My brother is living in Japan right now, and without video calls, I'd hardly ever see his face. We can talk for an hour, and it feels like he's just in the next room.
Oh, I totally agree. Video calls are a game changer. I remember when I was a kid, if we wanted to call my cousins in another country, it was so expensive. My parents would look at the clock and say, okay, you have exactly 3 minutes to talk, then we have to hang up.
I remember those days. Now it's basically free. You just need a Wi-Fi connection and you're good to go. It's amazing how much things have changed in such a short time.
It really is. Hey, speaking of Wi-Fi, have you noticed how we treat it like it's as important as water or electricity now? If the Wi-Fi goes down at my house, it's like a national emergency.
Oh, tell me about it. My router stopped working last week and I spent 2 hours trying to figure out what was wrong. I was resetting it, unplugging cables, calling the company. I was so frustrated. I realized I don't even know how the internet actually works. It's just this invisible thing that makes my life function.
Right? It's like we use all this stuff, but we don't really understand the how behind it. I couldn't explain how a microwave works if my life depended on it. I just know that if I put my cold pizza in there for 60 seconds, it comes out hot.
That's a classic example. The microwave is such an everyday piece of tech that we take for granted. Can you imagine life without it? Having to heat up every single leftover on the stove?
That sounds like way too much work. I'd probably just eat cold pizza forever. But that's the thing, isn't it? Technology is all about saving time. We're always looking for ways to speed things up.
But Mike, do you think we're actually saving time, or are we just filling that extra time with more technology? Like, if a machine saves me 10 minutes of cleaning, do I use that 10 minutes to relax, or do I just spend it scrolling through my emails?
That's a deep question, Sarah. I think most of us just fill it with more stuff. We've become obsessed with being productive. Even our relaxing time is often spent using technology, watching Netflix or playing video games.
I'm definitely guilty of that. I'll relax by watching 3 hours of YouTube videos about people organizing their kitchens. It's so weird when you think about it. I'm watching someone else be productive while I'm sitting on my couch doing nothing.
I've seen those videos. They're strangely satisfying, though. There's something about seeing everything in neat little containers. But it's true. We've moved from doing to watching.
Exactly. And think about how technology has changed the way we learn. If I want to learn how to cook a specific dish or fix a leaky faucet, I just Google it or find a tutorial. We don't have to go to the library or ask an expert anymore.
Yeah, the how-to culture is huge. It's great because it empowers people to do things themselves. I actually fixed my own sink last month thanks to a 10-minute video. I felt like a genius.
No way. Did it actually stop leaking?
Well, it stopped for a week. Then I had to call a real plumber. But for that 1 week, I felt very proud of myself. I came up with a solution, even if it was just a temporary one.
Hey, at least you tried. That's what matters. You used the tools available to you. But that brings up another point. Are we losing real skills because we rely on tech to tell us what to do? Like, do people even know how to read paper maps anymore?
Probably not. If my GPS stops working, I'm basically lost in my own neighborhood. I've become so dependent on that little blue dot on my screen. It tells me where to turn, how long it will take, and even if there's a speed camera ahead.
It's so convenient, but it does make me a bit lazy. I remember my dad used to have this giant book of maps in the car, an atlas, I think it was called. He had to plan the route before we even started the engine.
My dad was the same, and he'd get so angry if my mom turned the map upside down. "You're holding it the wrong way. We're going north, not south." Now, the voice on my phone just says, "Recalculating," in a very calm voice, and I don't feel bad at all.
Recalculating is my favorite word. It's so forgiving. It doesn't judge you for missing a turn. It just figures out a new way. If only real life had a recalculating button.
That would be amazing. Made a mistake at work. Recalculating. Said something awkward on a date. Recalculating.
Ugh, don't even get me started on dating and technology. That has changed everything. Meeting people used to be about going out and actually talking to strangers. Now, it's all about swiping left or right.
It's like a game, isn't it? It's very strange. On one hand, you meet people you'd never encounter in real life. On the other hand, it feels a bit disposable, like you're just looking at a catalog of people.
Totally. It takes away some of the mystery. You know so much about a person before you even meet them because you've looked at their social media profiles. You know what they eat, where they go on vacation, and what kind of music they like.
And then you meet them and you have nothing to talk about because you already know everything. It definitely changes the dynamic. But I guess it's just the world we live in now. We have to adapt.
We do, and there are so many good things too. Think about health technology. I have a smartwatch that tells me how many steps I've taken and even how well I slept. It's like having a little doctor on my wrist.
Does it actually motivate you, though? Because mine tells me it's time to move when I'm in the middle of a great movie, and I just ignore it. I'm like, "Quiet watch, I'm busy."
Sometimes I ignore mine too. But it does make me more aware of my habits. Like, I'll look at it and realize I've only walked 2,000 steps all day, and it makes me want to go for a quick walk around the block.
That's true. It's all about awareness. Tech can give us the data, but we still have to make the choice to do something with it. It won't go for the walk for us. Not yet, anyway.
Can you imagine? A robot that goes for walks for you while you sit on the couch? That defeats the whole purpose.
Give it 5 years, Sarah. Someone will come up with it. They'll call it iWalk or something.
I wouldn't be surprised. But honestly, speaking of robots, have you seen those little vacuum cleaners that move around by themselves? The Roomba things?
Oh, I have one. Her name is Rosie.
You named your vacuum?
Of course. She's part of the family now. She's not very smart, though. She gets stuck under the sofa all the time and sends me a notification on my phone saying, "Rosie requires assistance." It's like having a very clumsy pet.
That's hilarious. But even that is a form of technology that was science fiction 30 years ago. A robot cleaning your floors? That's something from the Jetsons.
It really is. We're living in the future. We just don't notice it because it happens so gradually. Every year, things get a little bit smarter, a little bit faster, and we just accept it as normal.
It makes me wonder what's next. Like, in 10 years, what will be the everyday tech that we can't believe we lived without?
Maybe smart glasses? You know, glasses that show you information right in front of your eyes. You could be walking down the street and see the names of the buildings or the price of the coffee in the window.
I don't know. I feel like that might be too much information. I already feel overwhelmed by my phone. I don't know if I want notifications popping up directly in my eyeballs.
That's a fair point. There's a limit to how much smart stuff we need. Sometimes I just want things to be dumb and simple.
I agree. That's why I think things like paper books are still so popular. There's something about the feel of the paper and the fact that it doesn't have a battery or a screen that is very comforting.
I'm with you there. I love my e-reader because I can carry 1,000 books in my bag, but there's nothing like the smell of a new book or the feeling of turning a physical page. It's a different experience.
Exactly. It's about the balance. We don't have to give up one for the other. We can have the convenience of digital and the soul of the physical.
Well said. You know, one thing I've been trying to do lately is digital detoxing. Have you ever tried that?
Is that where you stay away from all screens for a weekend? I've thought about it, but I've never actually done it. It sounds difficult.
It is. I tried it last Sunday. I turned off my phone, my laptop, and my TV for the whole day. At first, I didn't know what to do with my hands. I kept reaching for my pocket. But after a few hours, I felt so much more relaxed. I read a book, I went for a long walk, I even did some drawing.
That sounds lovely. Did you feel like you were missing out on anything?
For the first hour, yes. I kept thinking, what if someone sends me a funny meme? What if there's breaking news? But by the afternoon, I realized that nothing is so urgent that it can't wait until Monday. The world kept spinning without me checking my Twitter feed.
I think I need to try that. I feel like my brain is always on because of my phone. I'm always waiting for the next ping or vibration. It's like my brain has 20 different tabs open at the same time.
That's a great way to put it. We're all suffering from tab overload. Sometimes you just need to close the browser and restart the system.
Definitely. But it's hard because so much of our work and social life is tied to it. If I don't reply to a message within 10 minutes, people think something is wrong.
I know the pressure to be available 24/7 is real, but I think people are starting to realize that it's not healthy. We need boundaries with our technology.
We really do. It's funny, we're talking about how tech can be overwhelming, but we're recording this for a YouTube channel.
You're right. Technology is the reason we can even have this conversation and share it with people all over the world. It's a tool. It's all about how we use it.
That's the key. If we use it as a tool to improve our lives, it's amazing. If we let it control our lives, that's when it becomes a problem.
Exactly. Like, I use an app to track my budget, and it has helped me save so much money. That's a positive use of tech. But if I spend 3 hours looking at expensive shoes on a shopping app that I can't afford, that's a negative use.
Oh, I've been there. Online shopping is my weakness. It's way too easy to just click buy now. You don't even feel like you're spending real money until the credit card bill arrives.
It's dangerous. The one-click purchase is the enemy of my savings account. It's another example of tech making things too easy.
But then again, I love that I can order a specific rare book from a shop halfway across the world and have it at my door in 3 days. That's incredible.
It really is. The logistics behind that are mind-blowing. The fact that we can track a package in real time as it moves across oceans is something we just take for granted now.
I know. I'll be looking at the tracking like, okay, it's in Belgium, now it's in London, now it's at the local sorting office. It's like watching a race.
And then you get annoyed if it's 10 minutes late. We've become very impatient, haven't we?
We really have. We want everything now. Fast internet, fast food, fast delivery. I think technology has definitely shortened our attention spans.
I agree. I find it much harder to sit through a long movie without checking my phone at least once. I hate that I do it, but it's like a habit I can't break.
It's a habit for all of us. I think we have to train our brains to focus again. Maybe that's the next big trend. Slow technology.
Slow technology? What would that look like?
Maybe apps that only let you check them once a day, or phones that only have the basic functions.
They actually have those. They're called dumb phones. Some people are switching back to old-school Nokia phones just so they can't access the internet on the go.
No way. That's so retro. I don't know if I could go that far. I still need my Spotify and my maps, but maybe a middle ground is better.
I think so. It's about being mindful, like choosing to put the phone in another room when you're having dinner with friends, or deciding not to check emails after 8 p.m.
Those are good rules. I try to do the no phones at the table thing, and it really makes a difference. You actually listen to the people you're with.
Imagine that. Listening. What a concept.
You're so sarcastic. But it's true. Tech is great for facts and data, but it's not great for empathy and connection. You can't download a hug or a meaningful look.
Exactly. And you can't replace the feeling of a real, live conversation. Even though we're recording this, it feels different because you're sitting right here across from me.
It does. It feels more solid. So, Mike, if you had to pick one piece of everyday technology that you absolutely couldn't give up, what would it be? And you can't say your phone.
Oh, that's tough. No phone. I think I'd have to say my headphones. Noise-canceling headphones, specifically.
Oh, good choice. Why those?
Because I live in a noisy city. When I put those on, I can create my own little world. I can listen to music or a podcast, like this one, and just block out all the chaos. It's like a superpower. What about you?
For me, it's probably the electric kettle.
The kettle? Really?
Yes, I drink so much tea. If I had to boil water in a pot on the stove every time I wanted a cup of tea, it would take forever. The electric kettle is fast, efficient, and it shuts itself off so I don't burn the house down. It's a simple piece of tech, but it's essential for my happiness.
That's a very practical choice. I like it. It shows that tech doesn't have to be complicated to be life-changing.
Exactly. It's the little things that count. I mean, even things like zippers or ballpoint pens are technology if you think about it. They were inventions that changed how we live.
That's a good point. We usually only think of things with batteries as technology, but a pen is a huge technological advancement over a feather and ink.
Right? Imagine trying to take notes in a lecture with a feather and a bottle of ink. You'd have ink all over your hands and it would take an hour to write one page.
And you'd probably knock the ink bottle over and ruin your pants. Yeah, I'll stick with my ballpoint pen, thanks.
See, we're surrounded by amazing inventions. We just don't call them tech because they're old.
It's all about perspective. I wonder what people 100 years from now will think of our current technology. They'll probably look at our smartphones and think, wow, they had to carry those heavy things around in their pockets? How primitive.
And they had to use their fingers to type? That's so cute. They'll probably just think their thoughts and the messages will be sent automatically.
That sounds a bit scary, actually. I like that my thoughts are private for now.
True. Privacy is another big topic when it comes to technology. We give away so much of our data without even thinking about it.
Yeah, every time we accept cookies on a website or download a free app, we're trading a bit of our privacy for convenience. It's a trade-off that most of us are willing to make, but it's good to be aware of it.
Definitely. It's like that saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product.
That's a bit chilling, but it's often true. Our attention and our data are very valuable to these companies.
It's a lot to think about. But let's bring it back to the positive side. Technology has also made the world more accessible. For people with disabilities, everyday tech like voice-to-text or screen readers is absolutely vital.
You're 100% right. That's one of the best things about the tech revolution. It levels the playing field for so many people. It gives a voice to people who might not have had one before.
And it allows people to work from anywhere. The digital nomad lifestyle wouldn't be possible without laptops and high-speed internet. You could be working on a beach in Bali or in a cafe in Paris.
That sounds like the dream. Though I'd probably get sand in my keyboard if I was on a beach. I'm not very graceful.
Yeah, maybe stay in the cafe. But the point is, the freedom that technology gives us is incredible. We're no longer tied to a specific desk in a specific office from 9 to 5.
It's a double-edged sword, though. Because we can work from anywhere, sometimes we feel like we should work from everywhere. It's harder to leave work at the office when the office is in your pocket.
That's the recalculating we need to do. Setting those boundaries so we don't burn out.
Agreed. So, Sarah, what's one piece of old technology that you still use and love?
Oh, that's easy. My vinyl record player.
Ah, a classic. Why do you prefer that over just streaming music?
It's about the ritual. You have to take the record out of the sleeve, carefully place it on the turntable, and lower the needle. You can't just skip tracks easily, so you usually listen to the whole album as the artist intended. It makes me appreciate the music more.
I get that. It's more intentional. It's like the difference between a fast food burger and a home-cooked meal. One is quick and easy, the other takes time but is much more satisfying.
Exactly. That's a great analogy. Technology often prioritizes fast, but sometimes slow is better.
I think that's a great lesson for all of us. Use the fast tech when you need to, but don't forget to enjoy the slow things too.
Well said, Mike. I think we've covered a lot of ground today, from coffee machines and Roombas to privacy and vinyl records.
We really have. It's such a huge topic, but it's fun to break it down and think about how these things actually affect our daily lives.
It's been so much fun chatting with you about this. I'm definitely going to think twice next time I reach for my phone for no reason.
Me too. Well, maybe I'll wait until after I check my notifications one last time.
Mike!
Just kidding, mostly. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today's episode of Nighttime Mics.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. We hope you enjoyed our conversation and maybe learned a few new English phrases along the way.
Yeah, let us know what piece of everyday tech you couldn't live without. We'd love to hear from you.
See you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Seriously, though, I'm gonna go check on Rosie. I think she's stuck under the fridge again.
Poor Rosie. Go save her, Mike.
On my way. Would you like me to do a follow-up episode on the future of AI and how it might change our homes?